So Andrew, what have you been doing this week?
Well, this week I've been looking for a new bike. If you're new to the channel, you might not know that I've just got qualified for my full licence. I've been riding a 125, but obviously I can ride something a bit bigger, so we're in the market for a new bike. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to go for, but I have had a valuation for my bike for a part exchange from Superbike factory, but we'll get to that later on. So today you might notice that we're somewhere new because we got a bit fed up with Costa car park, and
It's costing us a fortune, wasn't it?
we've been allowed to come and film in Via Moto in Wunwell. Absolutely amazing shop. As you can see, we're in the helmet section. It goes round and round this helmet section, and there's more to come. Loads of clothing, loads of bikes as well. So it's really important, as we all know, I think, if you watch anything online, support your local retailer. So that's what we're hoping to do.
Fabulous in here, yeah.
Brilliant service, great guys. So if you're in the area or you're online, go and have a look. But if you go into the shop, I think it's better.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So I've had loads and loads of really good advice on here, but I think it's time that I sit on some. So a lot of people said, well, good place to go and sit on a load of bikes is Superbike factory. I also got lots of mixed reviews about Superbike factory, so I thought I'd have a look myself. We are here in the West Yorkshire branch. Just so that you know, I'm being upfront about this, I did go on their website, I did see a bike that I like the look of, and I asked for a part exchange value for my bike. So my bike I bought in August. It is just over, well, August, September, October, November. It's just about 3 months old, really. I paid £3,500 for the bike. After a while, they don't give an instant valuation, and there's a reason for that, and I'll tell you that at the end as well, which I'll also tell you how much I've been offered for my bike with 3 months and 900 miles on it. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into Superbike factory and see if we can sit on some bikes. Hopefully, I'll be able to do a little test ride. It's not the best weather for it, and if I'm honest, it's probably not the best area for it because we're on some mad dual carriageways and traffic's really busy. There's been a bad accident, I think, in Bradford, so everybody's getting diverted, so we hope everybody's all right with that accident. But anyway, let's get on and see what we can find.
Let's do it.
So when we went in, first thing that caught us eye, there were a load of the classics, retro classics, weren't there? And I know they're your favourite. Yeah. Some of these are massive machines, aren't they?
They look heavy.
Really heavy. Are they practical for commuting? I don't think so. It looks like there's a lot of polishing to be done as well. But they had Harleys, Indians, there's some Triumphs there, some Royal Enfields. So that's where we went first of all. And as you carry on going around there, you can go up onto another floor, and they've got some Scrambler styles.
Yeah, they were really good, weren't they?
Yeah, there were a Triumph Scrambler 900 that were the new version with the green tank. It did have a bit of a ding. I think it had been dropped, to be fair. And that's one thing I would say about Superbike factory. They don't seem to really do much in way of preparing the bike. It kind of looked like some of them.
The wing mirror had fallen off one, hadn't it? And they just left it.
There was a Ducati, and the wing mirror was hung off, and there was a sign put there that said, please note, the wing mirrors on this bike are not adjustable.
Yeah, somebody had tried it, I guess.
Yeah, so you're not allowed to sit on the bikes either. You've got to go and see somebody. I'd imagine a lot of people are jumping on. It's fair enough, but you go and get a sales agent. We spoke to Chris, a very nice guy, weren't he?
Yeah.
He didn't really pressure us. He was going about his business on his phone calls and everything, and we just had a look round. So the Scrambler 900 took my eye at first.
You loved that, didn't you?
And you liked it as well, didn't you?
But then you decided you wanted to look for more commutable bikes.
Yeah, so we headed downstairs and we had a look around all the sports tourers and the sports bikes. Sports tourers sound like a really good idea if you want to do long distances and everything else, but I've got to be realistic in the fact that we've also got a motorhome, so we do the long travelling in that.
Yep.
If you've not seen that channel, that's St Christopher of Atlantis, go and have a look. It's a bit different to this channel, but it's a lot of fun. So they didn't really catch my eye, but lovely bikes around there. And then we walked around to the more adventure style bikes.
Yep.
And this is a type of bike that I've had my eye on. And the reason for that is everybody said, well, because you're tall, the tall bikes, the big bikes, and they're good for commuting as well, and a bit of an all-rounder.
Good in this weather.
Yeah, you can get boxes on there, so I can put stuff for work in there, like my jam sandwiches that you make me and stuff, so that would be practical. So we had a look at, there were some BMWs, GSs. I think They have like 700s, the older ones, and 750s as well. I think they're finished being made now. They look nice, expensive. I think it's fair to say, isn't it? What do you think about adventure bikes?
They're not my favourite, and that's probably all I understand about adventure bikes.
Just because you don't like the look of them, or?
I just like that old-fashioned look.
So you can imagine I'm thinking, well, it's practical to get an adventure bike.
And I'm skimming past that section.
And Claire's walking around looking like she's sucking on a lemon, so it's not inspiring. You know, I'm not getting them buying vibes from there. But I quite like them. We've been watching Ewan McGregor, which we said.
Yeah.
And I think that video kind of got people into that style of bikes. I know people that have got GSs as well, and they love them and say that they're really good.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's cheaper versions. So there was the Kawasaki Versys. I don't know if anybody of you have got them and if they're any good. There were the Suzuki V-Strom as well. I know some people that have got them and they love them and they tour on them. So I thought that were worth considering. The prices, they were about £5,000, but some of them...
It fluctuated quite a lot, didn't it?
Yeah, but some of them I think, and I don't know if you've been down Superbike Factory, I just felt that some of the bikes were quite rusty. Having looked round everything, I've been told that if you don't look back at a bike, it's not the bike for you.
Yeah.
Up to now, from what I've seen, I originally came to look at adventure bikes, but having looked at them, I don't know if that's going to make me look back at it, like what everybody's saying, you know? Whereas that would...
Oh yeah, you'd look at that all day long.
I love the look of that. But that's a 900, and the price is more than what I want to pay. But I think it kind of like goes in between where I'm looking for that retro look and that adventure practical look. So I know they do a 400X, but I don't know if that's going to be underpowered or not. And I can't try one because of my licence.
So the Triumph dealer won't let you drive one?
No.
Has anybody got one that you can sit on?
Yeah.
You're confused, aren't you?
Not confused, just narrowing things down, I think. But I do like the older style look bike rather than the
plastic.
That's why I wanted to get into biking, I think, because I like that look. I don't want it to look like as modern. But I mean, even there, look at it.
Do you know what's interesting here?
What?
You're looking back at that bike.
Yeah, that's what they said. That's what they all said.
That's what you're doing, aren't you?
Yeah, look at it.
You're looking at it, yeah.
So I went back and sat on it. I asked the guy, Chris, if I could have a sit on it. He came upstairs with us, didn't he? And he would basically give me some advice about being a new rider, and you know that they were quite a forgiving bike. When I got an insurance quote, I found out that they were totally not forgiving. We'll probably do another thing on insurance. Insurance is different for everybody, but my insurance quotes have been really sky high, haven't they?
Yeah, they've been really high.
Terrible. Now the thing is, I like this bike. I wanted to ride it, but what I'm finding is I can't get a test ride anywhere, and that's because of the insurance. They don't allow you to take a bike out if you've got less than a year's experience after passing your test.
So what's the option at Superbike Factory then for that?
So you can't test ride. Okay. So I asked Chris about this. I said, well, how do we go on? He said, well, don't worry about it, because what you can do is you can buy it
unridden,
and if you don't like it, we'll give you your money back. The only thing is that you only get 30 miles to do that.
30?
Yeah, and Superbike Factory is 20 miles away. So by the time I get home and come back, then
You've exceeded the limit.
I've exceeded my limit. And that's the other thing as well. If I'm honest, and I'm going to be honest like I have been, I was quite relieved that I couldn't test ride, because that road around it were a bit crazy, weren't it?
Diesely.
And I've found this as I've been looking round. Some of these dealers, they're not in best place for a test ride. You can get snarled up in traffic, or you're on busy roads, or they're not good roads. So I think that's something well worth considering. And also, if I were in market for test riding, I want to see how it does with my slow riding, if I can handle it, if what it feels like on a faster road. So you want like a choice of roads.
Yeah.
If you buy from Superbike Factory, then you can have it delivered. So if you want to save you 30 miles, I'm not sure about if you send it back, who pays for that?
Yeah.
But anyway, the delivery cost is £249. So I think a lot of their business is online, so a lot of people are having these bikes delivered. So you've got £249 to put on top of that. And then, and this is, I don't know if this is standard practice, but I'm just going to say it as what I think it is. They charge you £199 for selling your bike, but like...
It's like a fee, like a transaction fee then.
But when I go to Tesco's and I buy like a pie,
yeah.
I don't have to give them £1 for selling me it because I thought that's what their price were between trade and that. I don't know.
It's a bit of a hidden charge there then.
So, yeah.
Because
Well, it's not hidden, they tell you.
That's on every sale though, isn't it?
If you're having it delivered, you're adding about
500
quid on. So then it don't come that cheap, does it?
Yeah, so that bike would have been that plus 500 pounds for you.
So
and it might not have suited you and you had to send it back.
That's it. So with the Scrambler 900, it is a consideration, and I know that they do other size engines, so I'm going to look into that. But we like the style of that, didn't we?
It was lovely.
And that green, it's a bit Steve McQueen, isn't it? Great Escape. And I like all that type of stuff.
British racing green?
I think Chris, who served us there, he were quite knowledgeable.
Yeah, very good.
Knowledgeable. Very friendly. So overall, lots of different bikes, well worth a look so that you can see them next to each other. They are second-hand bikes.
Yeah.
It's fair to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they're not pristine. They're not like where you go and buy a second-hand car and they've filled them all out and everything. You get what you see is what you get, I think, here.
Lots of choice. You can rule things out by going there, can't you?
Probably a good job that you can't test ride because it looks like there's a big diesel or fuel leak. Look at that. It's going to be slippy. Going back to my bike. So I'd like to chop my bike in.
Yep.
I want to part exchange it. We were thinking about keeping it for Claire, but I think because I'm in the first year of riding, I'm deemed as high risk anyway.
Yeah.
And then what happens is if you add more risk onto there, it just gets
Insurance is too much.
crazy. If you can get the insurance, a lot of people just don't want to deal with it. I hope it's just first year. If not, then I think I've got to get used to beans on toast because it's quite expensive.
Would you put beans on the toast?
This happened before we went to Superbike Factory. So if you go online, you fill out this form, it says, we'll give you a price.
Yep.
And I thought it were a bit like We Buy Any Car where you fill it in and then they give you a price. I just wanted
X price.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, you know, basically what it were. Now I knew that I'd have to present the bike, but I thought, let's have a look and see what best case scenario is going to be. I filled it all out. Press send, waiting for my price. We'll get back to you.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So the day after, I get a phone call. We were actually driving somewhere. You heard the phone call, didn't we? And he said, oh, right, okay, we've got your price and everything. How we do it is that we price your vehicle against the vehicle or the bike that you're wanting. And then we work the maths out on that. Now, instantly, I know that that's how their business works, but from a guy that owns a bike, I just think my bike is worth something.
It is worth what it's worth, surely.
Regardless of what I'm chopping it in for. But apparently that's not how it works. And he says that, so we have to factor all these things in. So my bike cost me in August, it's December now, cost me £3,500.
4 months.
Not even that, so it were right at the back end of August. And it's only the start of December. It's got just under 1,000 miles on it. It's been looked after. I put Lanagard on there. There's no corrosion, there's nothing.
Yeah, it's been caressed, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's had its first service. Everything's been done
properly
on the dot. It actually had its first service at literally 600 miles. So, the amount of depreciation on that bike that they were saying, in that time, I've lost £2,000.
In 3 months.
They offered me £1,500 for it to be in pristine condition. No doubt when you take it down, they're going to knock you down even more.
Yeah.
He seemed a little bit bewildered as to why I weren't very taken with
yeah.
that. And then he said, well, what I can do is I can take some money off the other bike and do a deal. And I thought, well, why don't you just give me a price for that? Now, I know that they're running a business. It's not like selling private, and I think that's what we've all got to realise.
Yeah.
If you want full price, then you sell it yourself,
privately,
because they've still got to make a profit. And I've also learnt since then as well, on a second-hand bike, they have to charge VAT on that.
Right.
So there's 20% of that bike sale
Is VAT.
goes to the government.
Right.
So if you've got a £3,000 bike, say they sold that bike for £3,000, well, they've got £600 VAT to give, even though they've had the VAT on the first one, but that's probably something different.
Yeah.
See how the money just slips through everybody's hands and goes just one way. So yeah, so that's that £1,500.
Okay,
That's,
so you weren't going to be doing that?
I don't know. As we go through this process, that might end up being best that I can get. But as we are now, I'm not buying a bike this week. We're still looking.
Yep.
And we're going to see if I can get a better deal if I find a bike that I like. But I'd like to know what direction you think I should go in. Do I go adventure bike? Am I overlooking a sports tourer? You'll notice I haven't mentioned sports bike, and that's because just
You're
I
not
think
ready for that.
I don't know if it's that I'm not ready. It's just that it's not why I got into biking. I like watching TT, but I'd never want to do TT. So it's just not my thing,
Yeah.
you know. But I like seeing other people do it. Or do I go for adventure bike, sport tourer, or am I better off sticking with this cruiser style that I started with? Let me know. The search continues. Now, I'm sure that you've got bikes up for sale and stuff, and you all send them through, so I'm happy to look at that as well. But yeah, it's not the easiest thing, and I don't want to get it wrong, especially with insurance being as it is.
Yeah. You've enjoyed looking around, haven't you?
I have. I'm just a little bit worried now that, you know, if I don't get on with the bike that I get, if I chop it in, I'm going to be losing money.
Yep.
I'm not that fussed about selling privately, just because I'm on here, for one. I don't want people to know where the bike is or where we live. I mean, we love you all, but, you know, there's a time and a place. I don't want everybody outside with banners asking for Claire to come out and say hello. Has anybody used Superbike Factory? Drop us a comment down below so that we know what your experience was. I could do with some help partexing bikes. Is there any like hacks that I can do where I can get a better price for my bike? Just let me know. Catch up with you next week. I have actually got a test ride booked. I managed to get one, so we're going to see that next time. But until then, well, you know what that is. I told you. But until next time, we'll see you then. Which helmet would you go for then?
I'd go for...
What's to choose from?
I'd
Well,
go for
there's
this
a
one.
which one? What one with your face on it?
Picture you.
Oh look, Claire, you can have your own face put on. They must have known you were coming. Oh, which would you go for?
I like that.
Because it's got pink on it. But look at this, there's a sale on. Good time to buy. The good price sale as well. Yeah, that's 70 quid off that. Look at that one. Should be 800 quid, 529.
That's really nice, actually.
Look at it there. Racing helmet, it's proper
Proper helmet.
helmet. Yeah, look at them. And these as well.
Some really nice
These are what
helmets.
instructors have. They flip them up so they can talk to you. Good choice then, good prices. If you're in the market for a helmet,
There's loads.
here's your place.
Little by little, piece by piece, I take back what's been stolen from me.
And they even do personal hygiene.